The Dodgers already get some bad injury news about their starting rotation. I've got the breakout star of the year potentially for the Dodgers that can help them fill in the gaps with their elite starters throughout the season. Also, we're talking Dodgers Fest tomorrow at Dodgers Stadium. We've got so much to get into on a jam-packed episode of Dodgers Dugout Live.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
Welcome to Dodger Stadium.
This is the golden age of Dodger baseball. The Dodgers are building a dynasty.
You got it, Mario Kart. We got it, parade. The Dodgers punch back and head to the championship series. Starts the 50-50 clock. Monkey magic. Cleveland gets the ball. Right field. She is gone. Start the party, Los Angeles. Your Dodgers have won the World Series.
Think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
Live from the heart of Los Angeles, this is Dodgers Dugout Live with your host, Doug McKain.
What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to another episode of Dodgers Dugout Live, the #1 Dodgers podcast and Dodgers show on YouTube. My name is Doug McKain, credentialed member of the media. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. I cover the Dodgers for Dodgers Nation, but also the LA Sports Report. That's the sponsor of this show, the hottest, rising, all LA sports podcasts. Rams, Lakers, Dodgers, USC, UCLA. We're going to talk Angels, talk some Raiders over there. I mean, all things LA sports, teams that fans of LA are interested in, but we do it a little differently over there too. So definitely, if you're a fan of me, if you want to support it, it's going to be already the fastest rising. So definitely join it, and a lot of surprises over there too. And GearUp.LA, get merched up for the upcoming season. You got spring training, you got DodgerFest tomorrow. We got some new merch on the way. Definitely go to GearUp.LA to get your merch game right for the season. But all right, it's going to be a quicker episode. Jam some stuff into this one. Some news, stuff to get into. So much to talk about in the world of Dodger baseball. So let's get right into it.
Leading off, the hottest story in Dodger baseball.
All right, what's the hottest story in Dodger baseball? Well, that is something that you come to expect as a fan of Los Angeles Dodgers. And that is that you are going to see the team go through tons of pitchers to get through the regular season. And the Dodgers starting rotation on paper, as I've said this entire offseason, you have to take it with a grain of salt. I've seen people out there, D-Mac, come on, it's unfair. Really? You want to add starting pitching? What'd I say? Don't look at the rotation on paper. Think about how they're going to use these guys. Think about how they are going to be cautious about the front of their rotation with Yoshinobu Yamamoto, with Blake Snell, with Shohei Ohtani, with Tyler Glasnow, with Roki Sasaki. Well, yesterday, Blake Snell, who's been doing the community event tour for the Los Angeles Dodgers, Noel has been doing a fantastic job covering those. Big shout out to him. And Blake Snell talked to reporters at the Long Beach Aquarium, and he said this about how he's feeling entering the season. He said, quote, "You want to ramp up, but I got to take my time and get healthy. I feel like I'm doing the right thing. I feel good. I've been throwing. It feels better in the postseason. I gave everything I had for that, but on the front end of spring, I'll have to be patient and let my body get to 100%. So last season, Blake Snell spent almost 4 months on the injured list after making just 2 starts. And this season appears to be the same approach where, hey, if he's dealing with anything to compromise him in the postseason and the check engine light's on, we're not going to drive with the check engine light on. So Does that mean he's going to miss significant time? Does that even mean he's going to miss any time? It doesn't mean that, but I do think they're laying the groundwork for Blake Snell to maybe miss some time at the beginning of the season with the hopes that he can ramp up properly, make sure he avoids any major injuries, any big setbacks, because last year they finally accomplished their goal as a team. And that goal was to have a healthy starting rotation in the postseason. And for the first time we saw it. We saw all their top dogs, Yama, Shohei, Snell, Glasnow. They were all healthy and available in the postseason. And there was a lot of work behind the scenes to make that happen. And the truth is that you can talk about the pitch clock and a 6-man rotation and giving rest throughout the season. But the truth is a ligament is not a muscle. They only have so many bullets and shoulder injuries and things like that, that the best way to kind of make sure that you have them available when it matters most is to limit how much it's used in the regular season. Now, just a rewind to Blake Snell's 2025 campaign. He signs a $182 million deal with the Dodgers, 2-time Cy Young Award winner. And what has always been the knock on Blake Snell? It's that he's reached 130 or more innings twice in his career. Both those times he won the Cy Young, 2018 and 2023. But he has had times in between where he has missed time. So last season, in his last 9 starts, he gave up 14 runs. He gave 5 runs in Pittsburgh on September 4th. There were some questions. Hey, how is he going to look in the postseason? But he was great. He was fantastic in the postseason. He really, really was. He was everything that they had hoped that he would be. And he really carried, along with Yamamoto, this starting rotation. And in total, for the postseason, he had a 3.18 ERA in 34 innings and had a 41 strikeouts. That was the most by any Dodgers pitcher in one postseason. He threw 34 innings in the postseason. He also got 4 outs in relief in Game 7. He was pivotal in Game 7. We know what happened there in Game 4, but still, he was really good. He was fantastic. He really went out there and provided that ace-level pitching that they were looking for. And with him in giving up that home run and the home run to Vladdy and yes, we know that Blake Snell wasn't perfect in the World Series, but still he was really good. And he pitched in Game 5 of the World Series, went 6 2/3 innings, 5 runs on 6 hits, had the 4 walks. Not great defense behind him. You had a lot of inherited runs that the bullpen just wasn't able to protect for him. But this just tells me what I've been saying and what I've thought all along. And that is that what the Dodgers are going to do this season is they're going to allow some of these younger guys fill in the gaps at the beginning of the season and throughout the season. Guys that have options. Guys like River Ryan, Gavin Stone's back. You still have depth too. Bobby Miller, Gavin, you got Landon Knack. You've got guys that can come up and make starts. Emmett Sheen, I think, is going to have an increased workload. You can even build up Ben Kasparius as a starter. And when you look at what the Dodgers have done in recent years, last season, it was another year where, yeah, they used a lot of pitchers. They used a lot of pitchers in the 2025 season, just like we've seen throughout this run here. They do not want to burn guys. How many pitchers did the Dodgers use last year? They used 40 pitchers in 2025, 40 pitchers in 2024, 39 pitchers in 2023, 31 pitchers in 2022, and 39 pitchers in 2021. So they're probably going to get close to that number this year, just like we've seen. And it's not something that it's going to, I think, hurt their chance of winning the World Series. It should actually help their chances of winning the World Series. They feel very confident about this depth. Think about this. At least 7 Dodgers pitchers each of the last 5 seasons. At least 7. And at least 10 Dodgers have started 5 games at least the last 4 seasons. Last 2 years, only 2 Dodgers started 20 games during the regular season. And you had Gavin Stone and Yamamoto. So they're going to rely on some of these younger guys. And I don't think that it's necessarily an issue, but if you're looking for this team to go out there and try to win 116 or 120 games, I think that's what gets in the way with that, because then you're relying on more inexperienced pitchers, less ace quality, and then you start to rely on the bullpen. So if the bullpen becomes a strength again, then you could talk about feeling better about that. Now, my only fear is that something lingers to a point with Snell that it has some type of season-ending type of impact. And I don't think it will. And here's another thing I want to remind you on Snellzilla. Blake Snell, throughout his career, even when he's won the Cy Young, has never been a first-half pitcher. And I think the Dodgers recognize that, and they know that better than anyone. And they're not looking at the Blake Snell value like most teams around the league would look like $182 million. That's a reason why, if you're a pitcher out there, if you're a big free agent out there, the Dodgers are a great team to play for because they're looking for the ultimate prize. Think about this. If the Angels signed Blake Snell and Blake Snell only made 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 starts and they paid him $182 million and he was giving you 4, 5, 6 WAR in the regular season, you would feel like that was a bad contract. But not the Dodgers, because they know they have the depth. They can get at least 95 to 100 plus wins, set themselves up for the postseason, and then Blake Snell can be at his best when his best matters most, and that is in October. But for most teams, the Diamondbacks and Corbin Burns is a good example, right? Corbin Burns, they pay him, and he has Tommy John surgery. That contract looks terrible now because you need a horse to get you just to the postseason and get you to a division title. The Dodgers have depth that other teams just do not have. And like I said, the Dodgers are as smart as it gets. And they know, why would we force Blake Snell early in a season when, even when he has pitched, he hasn't been at his best? Here is the stat you need to know. I'll bring my facts to the fight here. The stat you need to know from this show is Blake Snell throughout his entire career. First half, a 3.95 ERA in 108 games, 555 and 2/3 innings. A 3.95 ERA. Second half of the season, 103 games, 552 and 2/3 innings, a 2.33 ERA. He is statistically in the conversation for one of the best starting pitchers in the second half in the history of this game. That's how good Blake Snell is in the second half. So give me second half Snellzilla. I think this is par for the course. This is what I expected, and I'm not going to lose sleep over it. And here's the thing, too. I know there's people that want to jump on Blake Snell and say, oh, is this the same thing we're going to have? Is it going to be the Blake Snell experience every single year? Even if it is, if he's giving you a 3.15 or a 3.2 or a sub-3 ERA with 34 innings of work in the postseason and the Dodgers are contending, winning World Series titles, that's all that matters, just because they have that requisite depth. That is what they have. So I'm not worried about it. I don't think you should be worried about it. And I think, too, that's what I talked about on yesterday's show. For people that want to slam the door shut on Tarek Skubal, I think it's an ongoing fluid situation that will come to a head around late July and early August. And if at that point the Dodgers feel like they need another starting pitcher to get them over the hump, they will trade for Tarek Skubal, even if it does require a run of these young starters. Here's another thing, too. You look at it this way, and from just pure business standpoint, right? Part of the benefit of having opportunities for River Ryan and Gavin Stone and Emmett Sheehan and these pitchers, having them have an opportunity early on the season, if they pitch well and they pitch great, the Dodgers could say, hey, we love you. Thanks for the innings, but we also want to assure ourselves a more trusted, more experienced ace in the postseason, and they can flip that player and get another pitcher like a Tarek Skubal. So you kind of win-win. So it's kind of a runway for them to be able to go out there. Now, I wouldn't want to do that because I think that you can never have enough starting pitching. But if it comes to Dodgers have is options across the board. Now, I will say, too, about Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who it's going to be a little tricky, right? Just because he pitched over 200 innings last season, regular season and postseason combined. He pitched on no days rest in Game 6 and Game 7 of the World Series. He was the World Series MVP, had the multiple complete games. You guys know he was the Yamamoto in the postseason. Well, he has to pitch his way through the WBC, and that's a little bit of a different ramp up. It's essentially the same as, hey, he's got to pitch in spring training if he's going to pitch at the beginning of the season, and he can have those spring training innings pitching in the WBC, but they're different innings. I've talked to people around the team and just pitching worlds and things like that. And look, one inning in the WBC where your whole country is watching is very different than playing the White Sox and pitching against the White Sox in an afternoon game at Camelback Ranch. It's a very high-intense environment. But what I've been told about Yamamoto on the opening day, though, is that at least right now it's, hey, maybe we have Yamamoto ready to go for opening day, and you celebrate that because it's the World Series ring night and it's opening day. He's the World Series MVP. And then maybe he gets some rest at some point after that. So if and when that happens, you'll know where you heard it first. Now, I will say this. The Dodgers have a very exciting young pitcher that in most organizations would be garnering a lot more hype. And coming on the heels of this Blake Snell news, where we'll see how close he is to 100%, maybe he misses time, maybe he doesn't, that could open the door for a one River Ryan. And I had River Ryan on the show a couple of weeks ago, and he had me very excited about his 2026 season. He said the velocity's up, throwing 100 miles per hour. He told me he has a secret new pitch that he won't reveal yet, that he's working on. He throws 7 different pitches. And MLB prospects expert Keith Law said recently that if River Ryan was healthy, that he would be his number 1 pitching prospect in all of Major League Baseball. That is who could come up and get some starts if any of the Dodgers starting rotation members have to miss some time. Here was River Ryan talking about his offseason, how he's feeling going into the regular season, and it'll definitely make you feel pretty good about River Ryan because we know that this team, they're not going to have a roster, even with stars, that doesn't have a plan B, C, and D to protect themselves. I think River Ryan could be that guy for the Dodgers this year. And you didn't end up pitching, but what did that do for your confidence, knowing that this is an organization that's some of the best pitchers on the planet, yet they're checking in on you, knowing that, hey, you're a guy, when you're 100% healthy, can help the best team in baseball?
Yeah, no, it's great. I was really able to sit back and go over some video this year, being out for the entirety of the season. But yeah, I was able to go back and kind of dissect some things and really tune in and tune up some things in my mechanics. And I was able to add another pitch to the arsenal during this rehab stint. So I think that's 7 now that I can throw. And I'm just really, really excited to be able to get out there and showcase all of them.
Yeah, we can start there. I mean, you look at your mix, and you had a really, really impressive repertoire. 4-seam slider, curveball, sinker, changeup, cutter. What's the new pitch that you're adding to the mix, and just what went into that? Who taught you that pitch, and how's that process been?
I'm not going to reveal the pitch. I want to kind of surprise people.
I like it.
Next year. But no, the way I figured out how to throw it, I was just kind of in the middle of an outing. And I was looking at some film and some TrackMan on what my pitch shapes were, and I was kind of surprised on one of them, and I was like, I didn't know I could make the ball do that. So unfortunately, after I kind of figured it out, I got hurt, and then I had to stop throwing. So I had to pick it back up when I was able to start spinning the ball again in rehab, and I kind of just figured out what I did to make the ball do that, and yeah, we just kind of honed it in from there. It's still in the works. I mean, I don't think it's going to be a highly used pitch, but it's definitely another strikeout option if needed. So
Look, there's just not enough knuckleball pitchers in Major League Baseball, so I'm very excited to see that knuckleball.
That's one thing I cannot do is throw a knuckleball. It's bad.
Hey, all I'm saying is I know you've been watching Roki Sasaki and Yamamoto. We know the kind of pitch those guys throw, so I'll just leave it at that. But how about the velocity on the force ball right now?
I think it's better than it was before I got hurt. I mean, there was back in spring of 25, or not spring of 25, spring of 24, I was sidelined a little bit due to a shoulder impingement. And when I was coming off of that rehab, I was kind of like super juiced and I was throwing as hard as I could. So I was like 99, 100 every outing. Wow. And then I just found myself like not feeling great. The days after. So throughout the course of 24, I kind of came to the consensus of let's just throw hard, but make it effortless. So we were able to, bump it down to, mid 90s. And I was able to bounce back really good after my outings. And coming into the end of 25, I mean, I had all year to do a lot of shoulder strengthening. So I think that's what the issue was in 24. But now at my last like 3 or 4 live ABs, I was sitting like 98 to 100 the whole time and I was bouncing back great. So fastball is in a really, really good spot. I'm really happy with it. I mean, the biggest thing is just getting back out there on the mound and facing hitters again. And that's where we're at.
So it sounds like you're throwing harder than you ever have, but it's coming easier because of the physical adjustments, the work you put in through the strength.
Yeah, absolutely. I know in 24, I weighed like 200 pounds beginning in spring training, and now I'm hovering right around 230, between 225 and 230. So, yeah, I'm able to – it feels like I can throw the ball a lot harder, a lot easier. Which
Diet change at all?
Awesome.
So there's River Ryan. That's the guy that you want to get the most excited about. I mean, Gavin Stone as well, because Gavin Stone was great when he was on the mound last in 2024, and I'm excited to see him back because we know Gavin's got stones on the mound, so he's going to be an exciting watch all year for the Dodgers. So don't get too worried about the starting rotation. For me, I kind of like the flexibility of it, and I think the Dodgers are evolving and playing the game. Tomorrow's Dodgers Fest. And I can't wait to ask Andrew Friedman, hey, this time last year, you talked about wanting to overcome the pitching injuries and how you guys were going to put in so much work. Would you find something? Because clearly you must have. And was it as simple as, hey, we're not going to have guys pitch through injuries? And look, if Blake Snell and Yamamoto pitch under 100 innings, I wouldn't be shocked. I think that the Yamamoto is probably going to pitch a little more, and his goal is to just be out there, and that's kind of part of his routine. But they're going to have this 6-man rotation, and they're going to work guys in and out this season. All right, coming up next, the 7th inning stretch. You've been low on the 7th inning stretch. I'm doing all Q&A for the rest of the show. That's coming up next on the 7th inning stretch.
The 7th inning stretch.
Okay, here we go. D-Mac, nice outfit today. The shirt and hat are matching. Okay, what's up, Roseman Carino? D-Mac, where you live, man? I live in Southern California. What's up? Our young pitchers coming up as a cheat code. Haha, I love it. Yeah, absolutely. He aged 6 years on the IL. I'm talking about River Ryan. Yeah, he looks different with the hair long, right? Michael McCaffrey wouldn't need 27 pitchers, and we focused on them more on control than velocity. Duh. It's an interesting thought. It really is. I mean, I think you talk to people around the game and they'll tell you that, yeah, there's a lot of velocity chasing and velocity dependent pitchers. And it's not just, okay, they're throwing 100. It's that guys that are throwing 94, that's their limit. And guys are maxing out every single pitch. And I agree with you that the game would be better off if starting pitchers were a little more precise. I mean, where there's more pitchers and less throwers. Greg Maddux was one of the best pitchers ever, and dude was sitting at 90, but he had so much movement on that 2-seam, and he knew how to locate. Clayton Kershaw, after he reinvented himself. When Clayton Kershaw reinvented himself, he was someone that was just about hitting his spot. So I agree, but a velocity plays, man. It really does. River Ryan plays excellent defense too. Exactly. He's a great, he was a shortstop. He's an athletic guy. The dude can windmill dunk. And here's something really cool. The Dodgers signed his brother, Ryder Ryan, to a minor league deal. And if he makes the team, around $800,000, of course. And Ryan, he's pitched in parts of 2 seasons, 2023 with the Mariners and 2024 with the Pirates. He has a combined 5.40 ERA and 16 relief appearances, 19 strikeouts to 10 walks in 21 2/3 innings. In 2025, he did post a 4.73 ERA in 42 games for AAA Indianapolis with 61 strikeouts and 38 walks in 78 2/3 innings. He turns 31 in May. And yes, that is River Ryan, his brother. Really cool. I don't think this is a LeBron James, Bronny James situation, by the way, where River Ryan was like, hey, sign my brother. Do it. No. I think the Dodgers see something in him, and he actually reacted to it. Yesterday at the Glendale Recreation Center, River Ryan said about the Dodgers signing his brother, Ryder, quote, I'm excited to get out to big league camp and be on the same team again. The last time we were on the same team was in high school, so it's been a long time, but it's really cool to be on a team like the Dodgers with your brother. So that's cool. I like that. He made his big league debut in August 2023 with the Mariners, and the Dodgers, they let River Ryan at the time, who was pitching for AA Tulsa, go to Seattle to see his debut in person. And then 11 months after that, the Pirates, they gave Ryder the opportunity to go to Los Angeles to see River Ryan's debut at Dodger Stadium. So very supportive, very close. And look, who knows how it's going to turn out. Cool story. The Dodgers making a signing. There's that. All right, let's go back to the comments. In case you missed it, yes, I'm going to be at this premiere tomorrow, Beverly Benton. I'm going to be at this premiere tomorrow. I was invited. I got an email from Major League Baseball. Let's see what this email says. It's Doug McKain. You've been cordially invited, you and a guest, to the world premiere of Homecoming, the Tokyo Series, Saturday, January 31st, the Egyptian Theater in Hollywood. So I will be there, and I will tell you guys about it. And it's going to come out on February 23rd and 24th. The Tokyo Series is going to focus on baseball, Japanese culture, and the Dodgers. I was there for that, so it's cool. Can't wait to see that. You guys are going to love that for sure. I mean, give me all the Shohei Ohtani comment, right? All the Shohei Ohtani content. Inject that right into my veins. Jeremy Buckley says he's going to put ringworm cream on the ball when he throws to Tatis. I like it. Bruh. I like that. River Ryan plays excellent. Let's go back to you guys. River gonna flow. CRV country. Banger. D-Mac, pin me your location. Ha ha ha. There you go. I live in the United States. How about that? Snafu, D-Mac wanted to wear his melon hat, but he had to rep the show. Interesting. We got Blake Snell working on his San Diego diss track from Mario Landaverdi. He's not revealing any more, guys. Absolutely. 94 is plenty. The whole rotation needs to take the next 6 months off. I hope not. Trying to three-peat here. D-Mac, how's the Conforto tattoo coming? Ray, I didn't get one because he didn't win World Series MVP. Windmill dunk, tell the Lakers. Yeah. Yo, D-Mac, is that Mopar M on your shirt? No. My friends over at Travis Matthews hook it up for the show. Thank you so much. Giannis, the honest D-Mac, are you doing a meetup and spring training? We are going to plan something. I'm going to be down at Camelback Ranch when pitchers and catchers report. Be there from the February 13th date to the 21st. So I'm going to plan something. El Machingon. Hey, D-Mac, if the torta took it easy on your throat, did you take it easy on the torta? Asking, I got to read. I'm like Ron Burgundy. I just read these without reading the whole thing. Okay. Mr. Worldwide. D-Mac and wife can go. Haha. What's up, Mr. Classic? D-Mac flexing. What up, Mar? No, you flexing, Mario. No, not even. I mean, it's not really that. I mean, I if I'm somewhere, I'm there representing you guys because my whole goal is just to give you guys the 4-1. So that's what I think. We are going to the Shohei Ohtani thing together. We are. This is your show. I'm just hosting it. Think about it that way, okay? Edward, got a question for you, D-Mac. Dodgers could cutthroat free agent signings. Max Muncy platoon insurance. Heard to ask Andrew this. Okay. I mean, I might. Of course, you're probably talking about Eugenio Suarez, and that's pretty interesting in the sense that sure, he's still out there, but he has not signed yet. And who knows who will sign him. He's not the most Dodgers type of player because he's not a guy. I mean, he hits home runs, but he strikes out a lot. There's a lot of boom and bust. Suarez, his market's really low, though. I mean, the dude almost hit 50 bombs last season, and the market just is not there. Even if he hits 30, that helps this team. I think the difference between Max Muncy and Eugenio Suarez is Muncy, he's got the eye at the plate. He can draw walks. He can work counts. We see what this team's record is with Max Muncy versus without Max Muncy and how he's really kind of the glue. Suarez had 196 strikeouts last season, but he does have a lot of power. Muncy did have a better OPS in 2025 and has the potential to be that 800 OPS guy. But I don't think that is going to be the case. I think look, Muncy is very affordable. I mean, a club option where most teams would run to sign a player like Max Muncy for a $10 million club option. And that's what they have him on. So the only issue with Muncy is that he gets injured at times, but you got some depth, right? I mean, Tommy Edman, when he's healthy, Kike Hernandez can play third. Alex Freeland could play third. Who knows what else they could do at that position as far as the platoon goes, because Muncy does struggle at times against left-handed pitching. So I would be shocked if they did. I really would. And I would go as far as to say as I don't think the Dodgers will be signing Eugenio Suarez because this clubhouse is way too tight-knit because you would basically say goodbye to Max Muncy because he would not have a role on this team anymore. And you look at the year Max Muncy had last season, in a season where he missed significant time, played 100 games at 3.6 WAR in just 100 games, an 846 OPS, and he hit 19 home runs and 10 doubles, had 2 triples, and 3.6 WAR. You look at a Eugenio Suarez, and it's just, it doesn't make a ton of sense. It really doesn't. Eugenio Suarez last season had 3.6 WAR, the same as Max Muncy, and the dude played in 159 games, and he had the same amount of WAR as Muncy did in 100 games. So he hits 189. I mean, he does hit homers, though. He had 36 for the Diamondbacks and 13 for the Mariners, but still, that's a hard pass for me. I need more bat to ball. We got enough boppers on this team. D-Mac, what up? What's up, Taze? What up, Ray? We've got D-Mac. You should, that'd be cool. I love Joe Davis. Appreciate that, Ramon. Working next to Joe Davis. Interviewed a couple times. Really cool. Ray Soto, D-Mac. What is up, Ray? Snafu, I saw Mexico's playing a WBC game on Sunday. That's pretty cool. I did not know that. I will definitely tune in for that. Most of those options hit terribly in 2025. Muncy is the man. D-Mac, what's up? What up? Moreno, D-Mac. You guys are just hilarious with the Tort thing. And let's keep it for life. Tort is for life. Shohei Tortani. This dude hits 49 home runs. Awesome. All right, guys. So, gonna go to the walk-off. I'm going to do a full-blown mega show tomorrow, though. It's a quick show right here. I want to give you guys the Blake Snell update. The writer, Ryan. You haven't missed anything. You're tapped in. This is the hardcore fans Dodgers show. Dodgers Dugout Live. #1 Dodgers podcast and Dodgers show on YouTube. So we're not missing a beat. But tomorrow at Dodgers Fest, be on the lookout for me. Can't wait to see you guys. AJ, yes, he is. Noel will be there with me. And we're going to do a super mega show tomorrow. What's for dinner tonight? Try Marathon Burger. It's so good. I used to live nearby, and the line was so long. I got to check it out. And yes, I'm doing laser later today. Tonight, man, that's a good question, man. I don't even know. I don't know. You guys got some suggestions? We'll get a cracking steak or something. You know what I mean? Thanks, Sacktown. Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, we talked about River Ryan early in the show. Go back up. And if you guys want to see my full interview with River Ryan, you can find it on Dodgers Nation YouTube. All right, guys, we are running out of time. Oh, by the way, I kind of want to point something out. So there's these writers at Dodgers Nation, dudes in like their mid-20s, something like that, maybe a little less actually, and they were talking all this smack to me about Mario Kart, saying that they would destroy me in Mario Kart World for the Switch too, and that, oh, their generation grew up playing online and my generation grew up playing on the CPU, and that I would get cooked and they would wipe the floor with me. So guess what I did today? I brought my Switch 2, which I occasionally play at the end of the night. You never know. Mario Kart World, Bowser in the charging truck. And I brought it to Dodgers Nation Studios today. I plugged it in, HDMI to flat screen, turned it on, and I told these two gentlemen, Nelson and Aaron, I said, hey, if I win, you have to do a shoey on Dodgers Dugout Live next week. And guess what? They will be doing shoeys on Dodgers Dugout Live next week because your boy won with Big Bowser. Let's go. Who wants to see me at Mario Kart? I challenge anyone out there on Mario Kart. Come find me because they will be doing shoeys because your boy beat them after they were talking all this crap to me. I couldn't beat them. I love it. And hey, they probably think I ruined Mario Kart because I picked Bowser, right? And they can't defer the shoey. They have to do it. All right. I love it. But guys, we are I'm going to talk to Blake Snell about it. But all right, guys, running out of time, so let's get to the walk-off.
The walk-off.
Hits the ball to right field. She is gone.
Hold up, Fluky Boopy. In the chat says, I don't want that smoke. Give me all the smoke on Mario Kart. But look at this. The Giants and Dodgers have played 2,576 games. And that's in the regular season against each other. And each has won the same exact amount of games, 1,288. So if that is not a rivalry, I don't know what is. The Padres, little brother wishes they had that, right? Here's the thing. The one time the Dodgers met them in the postseason, the Dodgers, they won in 2021. How about Cody Bellinger's clutch base hit? Gavin Lux, Max Scherzer coming out, and Wilmer Flores. Just an incredible moment. It was one of the best things about that season. It was the best thing about that season. And it comes in a year where the Giants had finished with a better record than the Dodgers in the regular season, but the Dodgers, they came up in the postseason. And yes, they lost to the Braves in the NLCS, but that is a win that we have over SF equals season finished for the rest of our lives. And hey, they want the smoke again, we'll play them again. BC points out too, since 2000, it's advantage Dodgers 2. I love it. Is that a scooter, D-Mac? Didn't expect you to ride a scooter. This is actually a Vespa, a little model scooter. But I got all kinds of cool stuff over here that I'm going to design a set, not do a green screen for my new studio, my new pad. But tomorrow you guys can see me here at Dodger Stadium. See me at Dodger Stadium at DodgersFest. And if you don't go, don't worry. Subscribe to Dodgers Dugout Live and Dodgers Nation and find us on the podcast, and we'll give you updates on everything that goes down. And we're going to be posting all of the pressers too. So see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy your Friday night. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. Subscribe, hit the like button on your way out. And remember that nothing, absolutely nothing, brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
when the upcoming winter gives way to spring, rest assured, once again, it will be time for Dodgers.